Welcome to IAMABIKER.com, and today we have the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 with us. So we've been riding it for the past couple of days, and like always I'll be talking about how the bike feels in the real world, not exactly the full-fledged review with specs being thrown about. That I'll make sure it's thrown about on the video screen. So we'll break it into parts. We'll do first looks, build quality, engine performance, handling, braking, and then about actual practical concerns. So when it comes to look, I think Royal Enfield has nailed it. The brief was to make a bike that looks simple, very minimalistic, ready to go. There are no parts on it that that are for just aesthetic purposes. It's a very simple design. They kept it simple. Even performance engine wise, it's a very simple air-cooled engine. There's a reservoir up front which is basically for the oil to be cooled. So oil air-cooled engine, as we call it in India. So that's that. Build quality I feel is pretty good. I'm surprised because a lot of people, there are a lot of stigmas associated with the Royal Enfield. There are very less vibrations, and maybe post 6,000 RPM. There's some that come near the tank, but that's very, very normal for a bike of this capacity. And in fact, I would say it's less than some of the bikes which we have in the market today. The sound, it sounds great. For the rider, you'll still feel a little bit of that classic Royal Enfield sound, the thump. But for the rest of us, who are going to hear it flying by, or rest of you guys, so I'll just show how it sounds. I'll make you hear how it sounds. So very characteristic twin cylinder sound, the dual silencers. You got a nice rumble, especially when you're gunning it. When you're sitting on it and you're gunning it, you get a nice, beautiful reverberation. It's something you can get addicted to. Plus you hear the engine sound as well as exhaust sound together. It gives a very good feel. That's build quality and general design. So definitely looks good. Tell me what you think about the design if you like it. Now coming to performance, yes. So it's a twin cylinder. It's a parallel twin. It's something I feel Royal Enfield should have started with a long time back, but I think they finally got it right. The single cylinder was just not cutting it anymore in this day and age. So welcome to 2018 Royal Enfield, and I think it's pretty good. Now it's not a very stressed out engine in the sense that they're not aimed at giving it a lot of power higher up in the RPM range. What they've done is they kept it again simple, parallel twin, fuel injected, air cooled, closed loop refi. So all the torque, this engine has been tuned for torque. So you have torque coming in, 80% of the 52 Nm of torque coming in at as low as 2000 RPM. So that means, in different conditions, when you want to roll on, it's awesome. Any gear, as low as 2000 RPM, you can just roll on this bike. On the highway, at 4000 RPM, you hit the 100 mark in top gear, of course. And just below 5k RPM, you can do the 120 cruise. At both these speeds, the bike is planted. There are no unnecessary vibrations. It feels very, very good. And top speed, we haven't really checked out top speed. It's a talking machine. You really don't want to push it. That's why it feels best doing the 120 cruise. It can do burst up to 140 easily. And I've seen other reviewers, videos basically, which show that it goes up to 160 easily. So that's definitely something very, very, so essentially it's very capable machine. A lot of people are comparing with the Duke 390 because they are priced similarly. 0 to 100 times are pretty much the same. Probably the Duke is faster by about half a second. Real world doesn't really matter. One key thing I noticed is that the fuel efficiency is a bit of a concern to me, because we've been riding it and not like crazy gunning it. We're still getting about 18, which I feel is on the lesser side. Something around 22, 24 would have been acceptable for a relaxed 650cc engine like this. And coming to heat management, if you are in the first gear traffic, city conditions, using a clutch a lot, low RPM, slow roll-ons, yes, it gets heated up. But once you're on the highway, once you're doing constant rides and you're just moving along, it's fine. There's not much heat coming onto your thighs. So that's definitely a good part. Then coming to the handling, well, the bike is heavy. It's about 202, 204 kgs without fuel. So with fuel, it's going to be about 212. But that is evident. You can feel the weight, especially if you're going slow. And if you want to move the bike around and in traffic, or if you're just pushing it, it's going to be a pain. Moving it around parking is going to be a pain. But once you're riding, it's fine. It's the sort of bike you feel like you're riding it with the rear tire essentially. So you can like keep rolling, have a lot of fun. It's very stable because of the weight, and it's a simple riding position. It's upright. It's got that commanding riding position. Feel good. Never do you feel that the weight is controlling you. It's a very simple to ride machine, and you can just hop on and get going, and just maybe a couple of days to get used to the weight. And we are already very used to this, and I'm really enjoying it. It's that classic simple bike, and it's kept it very simple, like I said earlier. And then brakes, I think it's incredibly good. I think this is the best brakes on a Royal Enfield by far. Another quirky thing that I've noticed on this bike is that spoke wheels, but it's got an alloy hub, and the tires are tubeless, but it runs a tube. So that's a bit of a mismatch. I wish Royal Enfield gave it with the tubeless setup itself. One key thing I forgot to mention is that the rake angle is now very tight or narrow. So if you can see, earlier bikes from the Royal Enfield still would have had a little bit, the angle would have been a little bit more. Now we have a slightly steeper angle, so this has also helped in the handling. It has a very short turning radius, but that weight does kick in during taking U-turns. Then it's very flickable, like I said earlier. You can just hop on, and if you're doing the guard sections, like for example here in Bangalore, we took it to Nandi Hills the other day, and the uphill climb, the down climb, it's been really good. You can just sweep, you can take those sweeping corners, bike is planted. When in doubt, throttle it out. This is the best example for that, because this can take up any load, even with the pillion seat. There's no space for the pillion actually. So by the time I sit, I'm 5'11", so I sit about over here. So there's not much space for the pillion. So that's a bit of a concern. And also, we were discussing earlier, a couple of mates, the pillion foot pegs are like in a super sport position. While the rider position is comfortable and a whole lot of fun, the pillion position is like a super sport position. So that's something of a concern. But single rider, put your saddlebags on and you're ready to go. Maybe you need to figure out the saddlebag should not touch the silencer, because kind of upswept. So for the tank capacity, I believe it's 13.7. So with the mileage, I feel it is a bit of a concern. Suspensions are good. It's on the stiffer side. It's not exactly soft. Even at the softest setting, it's not exactly very comfortable. So off-roading, it can, not with these tires. These are the Pirellis. Not with these tires anyways, but it can handle a bit of off-road, but the weight does get you. You're not going to be comfortable, but it can do it. And the ground clearance is good, so people wanting to take it out touring, do all the different terrains should be fine. I would suggest to get better tires or different type of tires for off-roading or different type of terrains. And would I buy it? For me, the only real concern has been the weight. 10 kilos lighter, and I probably put my money on it without a second thought, because I like simple bikes. I don't really care for gear indicator and kilometers range and this, that, and all those fancy digital meters. They kept it simple, just 2 trip meters. You have the tacho, all in needle style, and then it's available in a couple of color options. I've personally seen this and the silver one, both look good. Wind blast is something I should talk about. So post 120, there's a lot of wind blast coming your way, so people buying this I think should get a visor. I think Royal Enfield has a part, I'm not sure yet. It should be there in their catalog, but I'm sure there are a lot of aftermarket visors as well. So all in all, I think it's a lovely bike, and for about sub 3 lakhs on road, I don't think you can get something that is so simple and fun and powerful. In the same price range, there are a couple of motorcycles, but I think they kept it simple. It's very engaging. You will fall in love with the torque, and that's what Royal Enfield has always been about. And this just takes it to another level. If this is the direction Royal Enfield is going, I'm very happy, because now we have some real competition coming in, and with a lot of manufacturers now thinking what to do, because I think Royal Enfield has nailed it with this one. So thank you for watching. Do let me know if you want to know anything specific about the bike. I'm sure I would have missed a couple of points. Thank you for watching, and please do subscribe.